Good morning. Just like the title said, the 1090 is getting some very tasty bits for the front fork and the rear shock. Now, what did I have to do to afford this, as it were? Remember, just like Eric Cartman said, anything fun costs more than $8 every single time. So, that's now gone to a fellow named Tyler. I bought this in Kamloops from a guy that this was his first bike, which was kind of an odd choice. But drove it exactly for about a tank of gas after I did basically all the basic maintenance, put tires on it, did an out of province, all fluids, all that other good stuff. So this is actually a really, really fun bike. It's a CB919 Hornet, lots of power. That's pretty decent wheelies, actually. But there's other stuff to ride for street bikes, and the Ninja basically gets all the kilometers on the streets. So there was no point keeping this. So that. The attractive, they're Tractive cartridges, but they're rebranded under the Touratech name, but they're built by Tractive. Interestingly, I got them from a place called Moto. I'll put in the links for both of the products down below. This is not sponsored. This is paid with my own money. Nothing like that. I just happened to find these guys after inquiring with the Canadian distributors for Tractive stuff. The pricing that came in was absolutely jaw-dropping. Not that the Touratech stuff was cheap, don't get me wrong. But I'm not sure why both the guy in Vancouver and the guy in California are marking them up by almost $500 to $700 Canadian per side. So, the guys from Automoto, they were basically on par for what Tractive would charge, which was, I think, 1,300 euros per end, so 1,300 euros for the cartridges, 1,300 euros for the shock. So I think the Moto stuff came out to, I think after there's a pre-order discount, the shipping is free. I think it was around 2,300 for the front, 2,300 for the back. So not cheap. It's $5,000 worth of suspension. So this paid for a large chunk of it, but not for all of it. But again, I'll get into showing you the OEM cartridge that came out of the KTM, which is actually not bad suspension. This is the key thing, is having ridden the Africa Twin for a good little while, having had Olin suspension on it, like actual proper suspension, 48 mil, not that garbage 45 mil that Honda put in with the issues with the fork wearing at the lower triple. I'll put in the link for my long-term review on the Africa Twin. So this suspension for 40,000 K has served me very well. I did end up attempting to revalve it, and I might have messed something up where the front end, when you do a preload wheelie in second gear and you pop it up, it clanks on full extension, and I'm not sure if that's my rebound going too fast, so I should be basically closing my rebound circuit a little bit. I do have upgraded springs in this for my weight, which is about 185 pounds in my Donald Duck costume and 205 fully geared with the Klim jacket, Klim pants, boots, helmet, the whole bit, and the airbag. So it'll be really interesting how the Tractive stuff works. And again, with the revalve, what I found is on more technical terrain, on when you cross over large rocks and the front end quickly drops over the rock, it extends too quickly too, and that clunk is really apparent over big rocks. And again, not really sure what the hell I did there, but at this point, I tried that route, not my thing, and I'm not about to send the cartridges to a suspension shop and work with the stock. I think they're 20 mil valving pistons. The Touratech stuff will be 35 mil, so almost double the size. So again, yeah, I'll get into the stock versus Touratech side by side for both the front and the back. I'll take you through the install, and then we'll go into the thoughts post test ride. All right, so that's on the bench. Need to take the wheel, pull the forks, strip the cartridges, and yes. Oh my goodness. And gonna do a quick comparison between these and the OEMs before they go in. And once it's all back together, we'll go for a quick ride and see what the cartridges feel like. And yeah, the shock is not too far behind, probably about a week out. So I may end up doing this all in one video. We'll see. I'm sorry about the mess, but this was an absolute pain in the balls to get out. As you can see, this is the bottom bolt that screws in and holds it in place. What was happening, as you can see, as I'm screwing this in, this whole bottom valve is actually spinning. So this entire thing and the bolt were spinning in the fork, trapped in the fork. But anyways, finally got it out. The second one looks like it's going to fight me a little bit too. So I might have to rinse and repeat for that one, which I really don't want to, but there you go. Okay, all right, so sorry, a little bit greasy here today. Okay, got the Tractive cartridge here, and I got the OEM cartridge here. The outside diameter of this one is 26 mil. The outside diameter of this one is 38 mil. So I believe this has a 35 mil piston. So likely this is going to be, if you take the thickness of the wall, say 1 mil each, this is probably a 23 or 24 mil piston, right? So this should flow infinitely better, and I believe this is has its own oil inside it, so it's kind of like a dual cartridge of sorts. So this is going to go into the OEM compression leg. I'm just waiting for new bolts to come in, because wouldn't you know it, if you try to have a Allen key that goes into the bottom to undo the bolt, then you have to have a reducer and another reducer. Your impact wrench will not work worth a shit. So basically what kept happening is the bottom valving here kept spinning with the bolt, so I couldn't really hook up until I actually enlarged it a little bit with a Dremel, drove in a 10-point bit, and just had a single adapter and an impact, and it let go. So yeah, we'll pick this up later. Alrighty, so get myself situated here. Starting on this now. Spring is out, cap is out. So here's the damper that I was talking about previously. It's a sizable thing. More importantly, here's the look at that thing go. Yeah, that should be good. All right, so got my new bolt. I'm gonna put it to the torque setting. Not gonna use any Loctite. Yeah. Instructions are very good, kind of like the IKEA man. Take the spring out, put that in, put the bolt in, put in your oil air gap of 85 mil, which we're going to follow. Then obviously we're going to torquey this to, I think they had it here somewhere. According to manufacturer's specifications, okay, I'll look that up. I'm guessing like 15 to 25 Newton meters, something like that. They actually have sizes here, so I believe this is an M8 bolt, so I wasn't too far off. 23 Newton meters is what we're going to put it to. All right, on to the shock. OEM, obviously, the aftermarket jobby. Very similar in design. They do give you brand new collars, so I'm going to grease the upper Heim bearing, lower Heim bearing, put those in the vise, and set this bad boy into the bike. Alright, so shock went in super easy. The Heim bearings that came with the kit, I just put them in the freezer overnight. So high speed is set up, low speed is set up, rebound is set up, and preload is at 0. I did catch all the factory settings on both the shock and the cartridges, and then I set everything at 1/3 out from fully closed. Should be able to get out for a ride today, try this thing out. The spring is for my weight, for the weight that I gain with gear. Yeah, pretty excited to give this thing a go. So first maybe 5 or 10K, noticeable difference. The bike basically stays up in the stroke. I've been trying to hit all sorts of holes, mud, everything else like that. The rear tire is well past its due by date, but yeah, I'm going to put in a little bit of preload on the rear shock, see how that goes. You can see I got my tire wrap set there for to see how the fork's working, but so far so really good. All right, so I'm at the Waterford crossing. Yep. There we go. Yeah, that was a lot of money to spend, I'll be honest, but I'll do another in-depth review on the 1090 come winter time. I just can't be bothered to do a really in-depth video. I gotta get my notes, all this other stuff. Anyways, I'm not lazy, I'm work challenged. Okay, so put in 5 clicks of preload. Get the vegetation out here. The big takeaway here is the bike just stays steady no matter what happens. You can see by the Waterford we've had a lot of rain as of late here in Calgary, so you know, lots of kind of uneven surfaces on the gravel roads, kind of water bars, everything else like that, and the bike just kind of stays in one spot. Did a couple of really quick second gear wheelies, didn't get him up to balance point or anything like that. The tire is it's kind of cool, it's wet, maybe I suck, maybe a little bit of both, but anyways. Oh, that was a duck. I wonder if you guys saw that. The forks don't extend as quickly, right? So the damping, you can really feel the difference in the damping. It makes a big difference. So and on the way down it doesn't dive, it just kind of settles really quickly. So if you're thinking about a sine wave like the previous shock, you know, had quite a bit of, you know, if you hit a bump it would, you know, jolt you a little bit and then it wouldn't settle quickly, and then you'd go into the next bump, you know, not with it composed and everything else like that. So I'm gonna still do a little bit of tweaking with the rebound and the compression. Now one thing, not sure how well you're gonna see it, but so okay, so you got the hang on, I'm gonna show it on the shock instead because that's actually visible. So contrary to popular belief, you got 3 little knobbies here and you figure, oh yeah, I can take my finger and move these around. No, these are set. You need the Allen key to move these. Same thing with the bottom one, and same deal for the fork caps. The only thing I did is I transferred over my bleeders and took out the little Phillips. It does come with some really nice tools. Comes with a nice pin tool to undo the top cap. I believe this is a 24. Comes with that. It's a little bit thick, so I'm going to get something done that's thin, that fits around here and gets it to rotate. Obviously, it comes with you gotta have stickers. So I took off the old WP stuff. It was starting to get a little bit ratty. Just got the tape in there to hold the edges down so they don't come up and get moisture in. So anyways, was this worth it? I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. Even on bumpy pavement and stuff like that, the bike just kind of stays in one spot. I mean, it's an adventure bike. It already has a lot of travel, so to kind of keep that whole thing composed is, you know, is a bit of a big ask. One last thing I forgot to say is when I was putting the oil into the cartridges, because they're so large, the kit came with a total of 1 liter of 15 weight oil, and each leg takes less than, I want to say there's probably, I'll measure it, I'll put it in the video, probably 200 mils left over. So each fork takes less than 300 mils of oil because the cartridge takes so much room. So yeah, happy days.